fall off the face of the earth? Yes, I did. Alright, so I had already filmed this and I was like, I don't feel like everything I said was very clear, kind of all over the place. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit down and talk about all this and kind of get to the point of things. Where have I been? Well, I have posted 3 videos on this channel and I was supposed to post a 4th video, and it kind of came around the time that I was going on a camping trip. I got to filming my 4th video. I didn't have time to really edit. I still kept filming. In fact, I probably have footage till what I was titling week 9, maybe 10, I don't know, but so I have lots of footage. I just didn't get around to making it. And then our big camping trip came around, and that took a week and a half, and it just kind of kept getting pushed back, and then eventually I just stopped filming. So for anyone that is new here, me and my husband came back from a festival in June. It was kind of, not that I didn't already know, but it was kind of life-changing, I guess. My husband is an independent artist, so him and another guy that he's also in a band with, because my husband is his own artist, but he's also in a band. They went up to Missouri for a music festival to display their music. And these people, for all the band members and stuff, all the food was provided, and all they provided for was grass-fed meat. Everything was organic, minimally processed things. This is a religious festival, so my husband is a worship artist as well as the band that he's in. On the last day they gave a little sermon, and they were talking about how we are the temple. If you're not religious, just take it as you will, and so we need to be mindful of what we're putting into it. They were talking about it's not just the, say the music you listen to, the things that you're watching, reading, stuff like that, but it's also the food that we put in our bodies. Not to go super far into that, but me and my husband left thinking they really prioritize this. During this time, me and my husband were kind of financially struggling, or just getting out of financially struggling. Because we just moved into this apartment, whereas before we were living in an RV for a year and a half. We did not prioritize food whatsoever. I mean, I was spending $50, maybe $75 a week on groceries, but it was pretty low quality. I mean, we still had vegetables and stuff like that, but that was, budget. However, somehow we managed to find money to go out to eat almost every week, sometimes a few times a week. Heavily addicted to Dunkin', heavily addicted to Dunkin' coffee, because in a way that was kind of the only thing we could afford, and we really couldn't afford it. For me and my husband, that was kind of something we could do together. Even if we didn't go out on a date, him bringing home coffee on payday was it was special for me and him at the time. At this point, me and my husband were coming home from the festival. It's a 10-hour drive. You're being loud. We were talking about that they were right, that we should be more mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. And are we doing that? No, we were not. So we decided we were going to have more faith and commit our finances to the Lord, that He would provide for us to be able to have more money, or just make it work to where we could get higher quality food. One of the reasons we knew that that was probably most likely possible is because, we were spending money that wasn't budgeted to go out to eat. So obviously the money is kind of there. I just needed to rework it a little bit. I don't want you guys to think we make lots of money now, blah, blah, blah. No, we're still kind of in the same situation, just budget better. Thankfully, the Lord has really kind of brought us through everything, because my husband is a plumber. So there are seasons where, things are more profitable. And during the summer, specifically during that festival, he gets paid hourly, but the real money comes from service calls and stuff. And there really wasn't service calls going on too much during that month. So I have to budget according to his base. That was really hard, because whoever thinks plumber makes tons of money, not right, unless you maybe work for the union, you run your own company, or you're a crook. So we still had coffee every now and then. I remember this was before this festival, but when we moved here, there was one week We spent like $100 just in Dunkin' coffee between the two of us. I was so shocked. That could have been easily like $400 for a month, and I was like, I'm not having it. Please don't bark. Please don't bark. Anyway, after that, I decided, you know what? I need a change. I didn't really mention this in my first video, if you guys watched that. I'm gonna be super raw. One of the reasons why we decided to make the change is because we want to start a family. Not like soon per se. I have background in like medical field. I also am a trained doula. I don't practice. It's been a few years since I got the certification. Stop it. I'm not certified, but I went through the training for it, should I say. So I'm kind of out of practice, and I wouldn't feel comfortable like having an actual client like outside of maybe like a close friend or family. Stop. Anyway. So, we had to study quite a bit about, the pros and cons of pregnancy. And, I know that weight can be a heavy factor for many things during a pregnancy, and that kind of scares me, to be honest. My goal was to lose the weight, or at least enough weight that I would feel comfortable, like, okay, I think my body could handle me having a baby. Not that it couldn't. One, I don't want to wish like, man, I wish I would have done things different. Like, I don't want to regret my whole time during a pregnancy. But also, I'm already at that point, not so much now, but at that point, I was already like heavily fatigued. A lot of like joint pain and stuff like that. I can't even imagine what it would be like, being pregnant, heavily pregnant. And I want to enjoy pregnancy. Like, I know it's not going to be a guarantee. I know I'm not going to fly right through it. I know not everything's going to be perfect, but if I can do things better to make it more enjoyable, then that's what I want to do. Please don't bark. So I did that. I filmed 3 videos that I uploaded onto YouTube. I technically have footage for like 7 weeks after that, but I'm choosing not to upload it just because after a while, because like I wanted to make sure I showed what I was eating. Not everything I was eating was great. Like, there's a couple times we had like Popeyes, and not to say you can't have Popeyes, that was not part of my goal or my plan. So in June, my goal was to lose a little bit of weight by September. I was probably down like maybe 2 or 3 pounds. I was heavily food focused, and I wasn't getting the exercise that I needed. I had my walking pad, but even the time that I would set aside to do it, say 30 minutes, maybe an hour, like I still wasn't active throughout the day. So that really wasn't working. So there's that. So now I think you guys are kind of caught up now for anyone that's new. So why did I come back? Or why am I continuing? Well, because I really enjoy YouTube. I like filming. I am a photographer. I was gonna say I'm not a professional photographer, but I've heard people say that if you get paid, like, you're professional. An aspiring photographer that has done some work. I did a wedding back in October, which I did film talking about that stuff, but again, I haven't posted it. That was a lot of fun. To be honest, I enjoy more being behind the camera, but I really like doing this. I like watching videos about this, and it kind of keeps me accountable as long as I post. I don't really have a goal because I'm not trying to diet. I'm not trying to be a muscle mommy or whatever it is that is a new trend. I don't know. I want to be healthy enough that I feel like pregnancy wouldn't wipe me out. I want to feel better. Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, yeah, naturally, I'd like to lose weight and fit into some clothes and be able to buy certain clothes that I want, because right now I struggle with anytime we go out. For instance, like later today, we're going out to lunch with a coworker. I get anxiety because I have to spend time trying to find something to wear that I feel comfortable in, but also fits outside of pajamas. Well, not pajamas, but like loungewear kind of stuff, or stuff that I work in. That's usually my struggle, because I can easily talk myself out of going somewhere just because of that. So what am I doing differently now? I originally mentioned in my videos that I want to do plant-based, and I still do. That, you know, I think that fruits, vegetables, all the things are like top tier. I just don't have it in me to do it, and I just not there yet. So starting out with just high quality. So if I'm gonna eat meat, it provided that the store has it. Sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it does. Grass-fed meat. Trying to get lean meat. You know, we switched to like organic milk. Trying to do a lot of organic stuff. You know, for some of you might be like, well, what's the difference? Like, why are you trying to do that? It's just a personal choice. It's not, oh, they don't eat organic, like no, it's not like that whatsoever. It's just I've dieted a lot in my life, and I need to find something sustainable, otherwise it's always going to continue being a diet. That's what we're doing. My husband is on board with me, not that he wasn't before, but this time we're gonna start working out together. Well, we already have, but we are going to the gym like every other day, depending. It's usually just for like the treadmill. We haven't gotten to like strength over there yet, just because I'm kind of uncomfortable doing it at the gym. Right now we're doing it on our TV over here. In fact, my husband wants to like invest in some of the adjustable like dumbbells and stuff, so that way maybe we can save money and not have to go to the gym. So I would love to do that. The only thing is, one of the reasons to go to the gym is like some kind of treadmill or something, which I have a walking pad, but obviously we would have to like switch. And I don't know, there's just something about once you get going, like you like the routine of going to the gym. Like I wish we had room to have our own like gym, because we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's more of a townhouse if you ask me, but it's a 2-bedroom apartment. Our second room is like our office slash Jason's music studio. That would probably eventually become like a nursery or something, so I'm not gonna spend all this money on gym equipment. It wouldn't be for long term kind of thing. Please don't bark. I want to get into the footage that you're seeing this week. So it is currently Hanukkah. Our Hanukkah started the evening of December 25th. Funny enough. I'm not going to show you all 8 nights of Hanukkah, just because after night 3, we don't really have plans with anyone. It would literally just be footage of lighting the candle, and that, you know, is kind of repetitive. Candles, should I say. The first night, well, really the day, so 25th or Christmas, me and my husband, we spent the whole day making like sourdough sugar cookies. I made spice nuts. I think like the next day he made banana bread, because he is obsessed with my banana bread that he started making it himself. The 27th, we had a little get together with some friends. I didn't show that because 1, lighting, 2, they would have been fine being on camera. I just really wasn't sure how to present that on camera. I don't know, but it was just nice to have that time together and just enjoy company and stuff. So I did show like lighting the candles, but that was about it. Like the desserts that I had laid out on the table over here. But it's been a really good Hanukkah. Of course, because it landed like during Christmas week, my husband had Christmas off, and then they gave him the option for the rest of the week. So Christmas was on a Wednesday, so they said that if he wanted to, he could take off Thursday and Friday, which he did, so he could work on his stuff. If you hear a guitar, he's editing up there a video. He got to do a lot of stuff that we don't always get to do, like the baking and stuff. And you're gonna see him cooking a lot, and that's mostly just because, how long has that been there? I do cook, don't get me wrong, I cook, and I do a lot of baking. I just like being behind the camera, and I like getting a shot of it. He did quite a bit of the cooking this week, which was nice. I basically ended the video on Friday, again, because we don't really have any other plans for Hanukkah. I think Hanukkah ends Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not too sure. Anyway, I just wanted to say that if you made it this far, I'm so happy if you're watching my video. If you have any advice or tips, let me know. I hope you have a happy Hanukkah if you're celebrating. If you are doing Christmas, I hope it was a blessed one. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you stick around.
Yeah, that's bland. You know, whatever happened to sweet pancakes? What happened to Aunt Jemima's? They're like, those are not real pancakes. Those are disgusting.